Welcome to Updawg-Yoga. My name is Emily. I'm going to guide you through a hot power yoga practice where we work on our shoulder flexibility. So for this practice, you'll need a yoga strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you'll just grab your hands behind your back. And if you can't grab your hands behind your back like this, you can hold onto your shirt. So there's different options. And because this is outdoors for me, I'm going to be wearing sunglasses. It is over 100 degrees outside. So if you're in a hot environment, please take lots of breaks, drink lots of water, and come back to this when you need to. Let's start in child's pose. On your hands and knees, bring your big toes together and your knees as wide as your mat. Stretch your arms forward to the top of your mat, and all you have to do here is breathe. Deep breath in through your nose. Slow, deep breath out through your nose. Get grounded and centered for your practice. Your breath is the most important part of this practice, so anytime you need to have a seat and breathe, please do so. Take as long as you need, or rest in child's pose, and meet us back when you're ready to move on. Take some more breaths here into the back of your lungs, back of your ribs, back of your heart. Shift forward onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. With your knees hip distance apart, move into cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, let your spine grow saddle back. Exhale, round your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your spine. Move back and forth a few times. Come back to a flat back. Tuck your toes and press back into downward facing dog. So take your hands as wide as your mat, feet as wide as your mat. Balance on the balls of your feet and pedal your knees a few times. Bend one knee, bend the other, stretch out the back of your legs. You can pivot on the edges of your feet. And then switch sides. Take your heels to the opposite side. Breathe into your obliques. Come back to center. Stretch out your legs or shake out your head. And shift forward into a plank this time. Press back to down dog. Try it again. Inhale, shift forward into a plank, hips in line with your shoulders, and exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, this time we'll lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, gently lower to your belly, come all the way down. Reach your arms out into a T shape so your hands are in line with your shoulders, and roll onto your right shoulder. So my right palm is down. Reach back with your left hand and see if your hands interlaced. If they don't, that's okay. If you need a little more help, you can bend both knees, like in bridge pose. Take a few breaths here, and then we'll switch sides. So from your T shape on your belly, roll onto your left shoulder this time. So plant your right foot down, press into your right hand to lean back. You can stay here, or reach back with your right hand and see if your hands touch. Bend your knees, squeeze your shoulder blades together, keep your head down. And then very slowly, take your time, roll out of this onto your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come into ragdoll pose. So small bend in your knees, relax your head and neck, sway side to side. Change the crossing of your arms. Bring the opposite arm in front. From here, you can interlace your hands behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, or if your hands don't reach yet, you can use a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use like a strap from a bathrobe. You can use a towel. Slowly roll yourself up to standing and bring your hands together in prayer. Slow down, deep breath in, slow, deep breath out. Sun Salutation A. At the top of your mat, inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. And exhale, plank. Shift forward, lower down all the way. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, locust legs, lift your legs. And exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale to down dog. And don't worry if you didn't get that right away. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, come back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step your feet back. Inhale, shift forward, go past your wrists. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, locust legs, make a pillow out of your hands, lift your legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here to reset. This is also a good place to rest. You can sit on your knees or try it one more time with me. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, come back down, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Plant your hands down, walk your feet back. Shift forward, lower to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, press your toes down, curl up, and exhale, release. Inhale, locust legs. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, reset. Let's add some standing poses. Inhale, lift your right leg up into a split. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Spin your back heel down. Right toes straight ahead. Reach your arms up. So palms of your hands face one another. Make sure your hips are squared to the front, so you pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Bend into your right knee. Straighten your back leg. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reach your arms wide. Take your feet wide. Look to your fingertips. 3 big breaths here. Draw your belly in. Inhale, reverse triangle. So straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm up. Try to touch the ceiling or the sky. And exhale, side angle pose. Bring your right forearm to your thigh. Stretch your left arm up or across your ear, or move into side angle bind. So turn your left hand behind your back. Right hand touches the floor, or see if you can touch your hands behind you. Release your arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga. Shift forward, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. So bend your left knee. Reach your arms up. Hold and breathe here. Draw your belly in. Palms face one another. Ground through your feet. Focus on one spot in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Widen your feet. Line up your feet, heel to arch. Reach your arms out wide. Look to your left fingertips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, reverse triangle. We'll hold and breathe here. Straighten your left leg this time. Press into your feet to reach tall. Look up to your left thumb. Small micro bend in your left knee. Inhale. Exhale, side angle pose this time. So left forearm to your thigh. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Or reach your arm across your ear. Shine your heart up and move into your bind. So reach behind your back. You grab your clothing or your hip. Left hand to the floor. Or see if your hands touch. If they don't touch, that's okay. We're going to keep working on it together. Release your arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga. So find your yogi push-up. Lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few more breaths here or have a seat and rest. Because it is so hot, please rest. You can sit on your feet. You can sit cross-legged. It's also a good place to sip some water. Slow down and take this time to connect to your breath again. Feel your breath in your body. And once you're ready to go, come back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Breath to movement. Inhale, warrior one, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands. Lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step forward. Inhale, warrior one, reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga. Yogi push-up again. Lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Point your toes down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Take a breath here. Reset. Feel free to have a seat. Move right into the third round. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slow down. Have a seat, rest, sip some water. And then come back, downward facing dog. Look forward to your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose this time. So moving into balance. Exhale, eagle pose on the right. Hook your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Stack your right leg on top of your left leg. Sit down into a chair. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips and release. Shake it out. Other side, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle pose on the left. Hook your left elbow underneath your right elbow. Cross your left leg on top of your right leg. Sit down into your chair. Release your arms and your legs. Shake out your wrists and your ankles for dancer pose. Bend your right leg. Grab the inside of your foot and lean forward. If you fall out of it, just let go of your foot, catch yourself. Try again. Grab the inside of your foot, lean forward, try to kick your foot over your head. It always helps to look at one spot in front of you when you're doing balance. So other leg this time. Bend your left leg, grab the inside of your foot and reach up. Stay here, kick your foot over your head. And then release. Come back to standing. Take your feet wider than your hips. You're in a triangle shape. Interlace your hands behind your back, or you can grab your yoga strap again. So take your hands wide. If your shoulders are very tight, bring your hands closer together to work more on your flexibility and opening up your shoulders. Relax your head and neck. Look to whatever is behind you, a wall, a tree. Hang here. Slow, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Come halfway up and then pivot to your right leg. Bring your left leg behind your right leg and come into cow face pose. This one's a little tricky. Stack your right knee on top of your left knee. Use your yoga strap in your left hand and reach behind your back. Grab the strap. Try to crawl your hands towards one another. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can grab onto your shirt and pull your arms in opposite directions. This is both a hip opener and a shoulder opener. So full body stretch. Release your strap. And we're going to pivot to one side here. So walk your hands to one side of your mat. Walk your feet back. And then step your right foot forward. Come into long lunge. So your hands are on the inside of your right foot. Your left foot is back. And then step forward into a wide squat. So from the front, it looks like this. Your knees are wide and your elbows are pushing your thighs open. Now this is one place to stay. You can stay here for about 5 breaths. Or You can work on an arm balance like crow pose. Bend your elbows, stack your knees, and try to point your toes together behind you. Let's try it on the other side. Come back to standing. Interlace your hands or use your yoga strap. Wide forward fold. Relax your head and neck. Bring some weight into your toes. Small bend in your knees. Even though we're working hard, make this a resting pose. Release your strap down. Release your hands. And moving to the other leg this time. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot to your left leg. So this time your right leg is underneath your left leg. Stack your left knee on top of your right knee. Make sure both sit bones are on the floor. And if it's way too much, another option is like crossed legs. You can do that as well. This time, reach your right arm up, strap behind your back, and reach your left hand behind you. So left arm under, right arm on top. And try to crawl your hands towards one another. Proud, open chest, sit up tall. Press your elbows behind you. Keep breathing. This is cow face pose again, just on the other side. Release your strap. And then take your time. You're going to pivot to one side of your mat. So I recommend the same side as your top foot. And then move into your lunge. So left leg forward, right leg back. Bring your hands to the inside of your left leg. And then step forward into your wide squat. Hands in prayer. Sit up tall. A great option here is to bind your hands. So reaching to one side. Or crow pose again. Or into your headstand. I've got lots of videos on these poses. Feel free to check out more. And once you make your way down, release your squat or your crow or your headstand. Take a few resting breaths in child's pose, or have a seat and breathe with your eyes closed. Feel the ground. Stretch your arms forward, come up to tabletop, and back into downward facing dog. Moving into back bends this time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. And set up for bow pose. Bend your knees, reach back and grab your feet. Kick your feet into your hands, lift your chest. Pull your arms back. Roll onto the spot below your navel. Option to roll onto one side. This is one of my favorite poses. It's just so silly. Keep your head down. Roll onto your belly. And then relax your head on your mat as you roll to your left side this time. Kick your feet back. And release your bow. From your belly, move to lying on your back. So take your time here. Once you're lying on your back, bend your knees. Rest your hands beside your hips for bridge pose, wheel pose, forearm wheel. There's lots of options. Bend your knees, lift your hips for bridge. Stay here or move into wheel pose. From the crown of your head, lift up. And slowly lower back down. You can bring your feet together and your knees wide. Hands on your belly, or one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Rest. Take as much time as you need here to slow down, recenter, and we'll end with a twist. So hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Drop your knees to your right side. Reach your left arm out, look to your left hand. Make some space on this side. About 3 to 5 breaths here. And then switch sides. Bring your knees up and drop your knees to the left side. Look in the opposite direction of your knees. Slow down, reset. And then for your final pose, hug your knees into your chest. Get as comfortable as you can. Stretch your legs out, reach your arms to your sides. Thank you so much for joining me.